Glad to have you back. It's still this week. Also in the week, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, advised the former governor of Kogi State, Bello, to turn himself in. In a statement, the Chief Law Officer of the Federation had a word for the serving governor of Kogi State, Usman Ododo, describing his move to obstruct the arrest of the former governor, Bello, as, quote, insufferably disquieting, end quote. The AGF said the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, should not be obstructed from carrying out its lawful duties, advising Bello to come and answer to alleged money laundering charges to the tune of 84 billion naira. Well, the media office of the former Kogi State governor has since condemned the move by the EFCC, describing it as a witch hunt, charges leveled against the former governor. The State's Commission of Information also asserts that no money is missing from Kogi coffers. Well, joining us in the studio to take a look at the entire drama surrounding the botched arrest of the former Kogi State Governor, Bello, by Nigeria's economic watchdog EFCC, is Senior Advocate of Nigeria, San MAduabuchi. We also have joining us as a public affairs analyst, Yusuf. Gentlemen, welcome to the program. Welcome.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you to have you.
Welcome.
By the way, it's Baba Yusuf, not Abba Yusuf.
Sorry?
Baba
Yusuf.
Not Abba Yusuf.
No, I said Baba Yusuf.
Okay.
I'm sure you thought I had
okay,
said No, I didn't pronounce it wrong, Baba Yusuf.
Okay, thank you.
All right, gentlemen, welcome. Let me start with you, Sam,
yes.
Oba. The Attorney General says EFCC should not be hindered, or obstructed from performing its duties. But what do you make of EFCC? They had two cases in court before a third one where they did an amendment and it now included Bello, who 3 weeks before that time, according to what his media office is saying, was not privy to the crime that was committed. What do you make of that scenario?
That was only EFCC being alive to their responsibility. When the charges were preferred against Ali and two other people,
Ali Suleiman,
have been in court at the hearing before Motor Show, Bello had his immunity. He was governor. So there's no way they could have included him then. It was only when he lost his immunity at the end of his tenure that he now had to be included. The charge against Ali is that they used Kogi State money through Ali Bello to pay the school fees of Bello abroad from first year to the end of the year.
An allegation, right?
Yes. So, and if such an allegation is made, a man that is a man will come out and say, I did it or I did not do it. You don't go and hide under the apparel of your mother.
By that you mean?
Going to hide in his house and for the governor to come and protect him. You don't do that. That's not manly. And this is somebody who wanted to be president of Nigeria. They say you laundered 80-something million. If you are a man, if you have any tincture of integrity, you will come out and say, gentlemen, I did it. Or, gentlemen, I did not do it. You are presumed guilty until the contrary is proved. You are presumed innocent, sorry. Until the contrary is proved.
But then there was a subsisting court order, if I understand, that EFCC did not vacate before going to, arrest Bello.
Well, let me go take it from this angle. Know that EFCC is a federal agency. It is not subject to state courts. You don't take EFCC to state court when it is working as EFCC, unless you are claiming a fundamental right.
Which was what he claimed.
No, if he's claiming fundamental rights that it has been violated, was EFCC served with the processes? Were they served with the order? Did they attend the court? Were they aware of any order made?
That's a question they have to answer.
Yes, this also brings me to the question of judges dabbling into cases they know they don't have jurisdiction.
I will come back to that. I will also talk about our courts.
It's so annoying.
What happens in our courts. I will come to that later on. A female ADC, and some police, details to Bello have been arrested in orders of the IGP. This was a day after that arrest. The question is, were they asked to arrest Bello and they did not? Or is this after the fact, scapegoating the officers?
Well, it will be difficult for one to sit on the sideline now to know what actually happened in the back office within the police chain of command, indeed. With regards to the involvement of the ADC, whether she obstructed justice or not, indeed, we wouldn't know whether within the chain of command an instruction came to her.
Oh, the instruction came on Thursday.
No, the instruction now to arrest her principal at that time, that is the ADC to arrest the former governor, or the ADC to contain him, as the case may be.
No, that they did not arrest.
Yes, so the question is, her being detained at the moment in the orderly room, whatever they call it, is what we need to know why. Because there must be an instruction that will come from the chain of command for the ADC to arrest her principal.
And you're saying that's what we don't know?
That's what we don't know, because, it's a very regimented, organization, the Nigerian police. And she takes her brief, even though she's supposed to care for the governor as an ADC, she takes her direct command from the headquarters or whatever. But then to learn to that is a very valid question. You asked a very important question. And I think from my own perspective, in my own opinion, strongly so, damage control is happening. And why am I saying so? The brilliant position taken by Learned Silk, Lateef Fagbemi, Attorney General, Minister of Justice, I commend that position he took. Indeed, that position will become a watershed with regards to these issues of agencies countermanding themselves, in this case, especially, prosecutorial or law enforcement agencies. This long history of, washing dirty linens in public.
But it happens over the world.
That's what we say.
When you watch CIA, FBI,
yeah, but then, in that case, indeed, it is tidier than ours. Ours, you can't compare to that. Interagency rivalry is normal. And in that case, also, to take you back to that, we will come to that, and I don't know how ugly that will become, because when we have state policing, issues of jurisdiction will come. But now come to this particular issue. I think when the Learned Silk Attorney General, Minister of Justice, took that position, the game changed. Because I tell you what, before that time, with due respect to the institutions, the security agencies have been part of the problem. Because you see, for example, in a state, where maybe the governor is not in line, with the ruling party, whatever. And I'm not talking about this particular administration. You see a state governor basically having no powers to exercise. We saw recently what happened in Rivers with Simi Fubara. We saw what happened. A sitting governor, and what happened between him and the commissioner of police at that time. Well, that, for me, I park aside and look at the crux of the issue today. Indeed, Lateef Fagbemi SAN has taken a position, and within 24 hours of taking that position, you see the changes. You see the aides of the former governor withdrawn. It wasn't done before that time. And I dare say, whether we have conflicting, I'm very happy we're going to have a conversation about justice, because it's burning inside me that we need to deal with that issue, because they have been perpetually underserved.
Okay, maybe you should go on to, because we don't have all the time.
Okay, so for me,
before I get
me, we will need to park that, because it's an internal process issue. But the position taken for Lateef by Lateef Fagbemi SAN triggered that, which is a good move in the right direction. I reckon in the progressive time ahead of us, we will not see this kind of embarrassment happening. That being said, I dare say the critical failure factor of entrenching, anti-corruption in Nigeria and democracy to that extent has been judiciary. And my concern here, And I say with all sense of responsibility, I'm a friend of the law and the legal practice. The way we take judiciary in Nigeria is as if those people are no longer human. They are superhuman and they are, above board. We find it difficult. You see, everybody's skirting around to speak to the issues. But indeed, let us remind ourselves that even within the judiciary, within the bench, the likes of Justice Salami, the likes of Justice Chijo of recent, have come out to tell us what we know, that there is need for critical reforms in the judiciary. Because if we don't speak to the judiciary on this issue, and let me tell you, it's a long-standing issue. In 1947, late Chief Obafemi Awolowo wrote, and I quote, "Corruption is the greatest defect of the native court system." He complained that not only did judges take bribes at that time, but people used their connections to entrench themselves to avoid punishment for their crimes out of court. Now that tells you that, of course, the judiciary is a subset of an overall society whose value system has been eroding. And therefore, to that extent, until we fix our judiciary, this democracy that we want to be progressive and impact on the social economy of Nigeria will be a mirage.
I'm afraid our time has even run out.
Sorry about that.
Just in 30 or 45 seconds, what's your sense of EFCC saying they may employ the services of the army in a civil case and declaring Bello wanted?
They don't need the army to get Bello. When they wanted to get Rochas or Korocha,
Exactly.
What are you talking army? You don't need army to get Bello. No matter where he goes to hide, you smoke him out and pick him up, and when he gets to court, they will show him that, my friend, you've been laughing at us. It's now our turn to laugh. You put him in cell.
No. We remember he's alleged.
No, it does not matter. But his
already a
attitude.
content.
It is his attitude. If they say if he had, we've done some of these cases, and we know what happened. People submit themselves. Nothing really happens. And you go there, they charge you to court, you go to court, court gives you bail, and you go. Yes. Let me comment on Lateef Fagbemi.
Just
Very, because you see, this is the first time a court lawyer is being made Attorney General. The others have been political appointees.
I have to stop here. Thank you so much, Sanoba, MAduabuchi, and of course, Baba Yusuf. And that's the much we can take on this edition of This Week. Thank you for joining us. I am Ndi Amugo saying goodbye.